Hi, it's Andrea Hess, financial psychic over at empoweredsoul.com. And I want to talk to you today about how your soul is designed to create abundance. All kinds of abundance, including, of course, financial abundance. So check this out. In the beginning was divine source, God, first cause, the universe, whatever you want to call it is fine. I just happen to call it divine source. And divine source created your soul, a perfect, unique, individuated expression of itself, so that source could experience itself through its creation, your soul. Now, what's the soul made of? Well, a whole bunch of different energies, because your soul is an energetic entity, just like everything else is energy. So there's this whole vibrational spectrum that is your soul. Now, of course, you exist at all different dimensional levels of existence, right? And those levels of existence get denser. The energies get condensed until we have what we consider our physical experience, right? Energy here is so dense that we have the illusion of separation in separate bodies in a world of physical matter. But it's all still just energy, vibration within a specific spectrum. So here we have it. The third dimension is the densest. It's the dimension of physical matter. And the fourth dimension, the dimension of thought energy, is slightly less dense. And then the dimensions get less and less dense all the way up through to the oneness from which we all were created. Because, of course, we're still one with divine source. It's just that our being extends all the way into an existence where there is so much density that the illusion of separation, the illusion of being in our own bodies is complete. Here in this third dimension, we can really perceive ourselves as individuals, which we are. So now here we have this very pretty, well-balanced vibrational spectrum, right? And that is probably how we expect ourselves to look, evenly balanced. It's how many of us try to live our human lives. Well, guess what? That's not how it really is. See, we're all unique and individuated expressions of the divine, which means our vibrational spectrum is totally unique. And while my little amateur drawings here really do not capture the complexity of our vibrational spectrum, I think you'll get the point. Our souls are usually heavily weighted towards one, maybe two energetic qualities. I'm drawing for you here a soul that is mostly made of two energetic qualities. And I will tell you, most souls usually have one energetic quality that is most prevalent in its vibrational spectrum. All right, so now what? Well, ideally, we express the vibrational spectrum, the energies that we are made of, the energies who we are, at the third dimensional level through action. Because that's how we express ourselves here in the physical, right? So we act based on who we are. We work, we communicate based on who we are. And then, of course, we also think based on who we really are. And because who we are flows endlessly from divine source, what do we create? Abundance, of course. Because if you create through the energies that flow through you directly from divine source, well, what else could you possibly create but abundance, right? And because you are easily creating abundance, you witness yourself as divine. The energies through which you create are expressed through your actions, creating abundant consequences, the energies of which flow back to the whole that is creation, back to divine source. And what we get is a beautiful, never-ending energetic cycle where creation feeds energy back to its creator in a never-ending flow of abundance. So, that's ideally how we are designed to experience ourselves as divine, to create abundance and thus contribute through our creation in this physical experience back to the experience of the divine as itself. Except, of course, that's not what's happening here on our planet, right? No. Instead, what's happening is this. See the vibrational spectrum there at the third dimensional level? Does it match the vibrational spectrum that was created by divine source? No. Completely different energies prevail third dimensionally than are originally abundant as we are created by source. There's a huge disconnect. Well, now what happens? Well, now we take action based on our third dimensional vibrational spectrum. That has nothing to do with the energies flowing through our being from divine source. And of course, those actions create like consequences. But those consequences don't reinforce our divinity. They can't. Instead, they reinforce the energies through which we're taking action. The consequences keep reinforcing who we think we are versus who we truly are as divine beings. Who we are as divine beings in the upper dimensional aspects of our being is something totally different and seems really mysterious. We have no clue as to our divine nature. And because we have no clue as to our divine nature, we can't act on our divine nature, and thus arises the biggest error we make. We think we're merely human because we have no evidence, right? Because now we're not creating based on the energies that are abundantly flowing through us from source. No, now we're creating based on the energies that come to us from our environment. We are now mainly reacting. And because we're not aligned to the energy flow from divine source, because we've totally misplaced our true identity, all we create is based on lack, confusion, and misidentification. And that's pretty much where we are today, unfortunately. Are we still divine beings? Of course. Can we return to alignment with our divine nature? Absolutely, at any time. But let's talk about how we got here. There's that wonderful gift that we have called free will. And at some point in time, we got it into our heads to take actions that do not align to our divinity. We can choose to do that. That's the point of this experience, to create through free will, right? And of course, then from the consequences of those actions came ideas, concepts, and beliefs that do not align to our divinity either. Because of course, what we created was a whole bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with who we truly are. So all this feeds into the idea that we are not actually divine, which of course contributes to more actions that do not align to our divinity, which leads to more ideas and concepts and beliefs that do not align to our divinity, which reinforces the suddenly very big reality that we are not divine. See, we create either based on our divinity or on not being divine. And we call that negativity, who we are not. And look around, turn on the news. We live in a very negative world. We've been reinforcing that we are not divine over thousands and thousands of years, hundreds and hundreds of generations. And so over time, we've collectively bought into misbeliefs, illusions, societal roles, even traditions and religions that have nothing to do with who we truly are. And we did it to ourselves. So let's not talk about how awful society is, because the truth is we do it to ourselves with our choices every day. Because the choice to realign to our divinity, it's always available. You can do it right now, okay? So no blaming your parents, how you were raised, the society, and the world we live in. It's you. You're either creating based on your divinity, and if you do that, you create abundance. Or you're creating based on your environment. You're in reactivity, and you create lack. You know what's in your bank account right now. Think about it. It's the physical manifestation of how much of your divinity you are expressing. So I dare you right now to go check your bank balance, to pause this video, look at your credit card bills. Let's get real. Okay, this is why money is a spiritual teacher. It's black and white. It's there or it's not. And we can come up with spiritual BS excuses like, oh, well, I have everything I need. I'm so grateful I have a roof over my head and food on the table. Having your needs met is not abundance. There's nothing divine about meeting your needs. If there's something you want and you can't afford it, you're not living your divinity, period. Because if you can't exercise your free will, 100% you're not living your divinity. We can call it like it is, or we can pretend we're okay. Because we can consciously tune into the fifth dimension, we can get all happy. I know that. But are you bringing those energies into your third dimensional reality? And if not, you're not living your divinity. And you're not contributing your divine gifts back to our planet, back to all of creation. So when you look at your bank balance, you know how much of your divinity you're expressing right now. I'm just asking you to be really, really honest with yourself here. And just understand it's a choice. It's your choice. So what's the remedy? Of course, it's to come back to who we truly are. It's to take action based on the energies we're truly made of. It's to uphold with our thoughts and beliefs who we truly are as divine source made us. And so to know ourselves as divine, to contribute those energies back to divine source and come back into this endless abundant flow through which we expand and expand. So in order to do that, What do you need to know? You need to know your vibrational spectrum. You need to know what energies you're made of and how to express who you are at soul level into this human experience. And that's exactly the work we'll be doing at my upcoming Money and Purpose Live training event. Look, when you attend this event, I'll be going into your soul's Akashic record to look up your vibrational spectrum, not as it is right now in your human experience, but how you were made to be by Divine Source. The Akashic records are a giant database containing the entire history of your soul, and we can look up in the records how you were originally made, before lifetimes of negative choices created misidentification and lack. So, when you arrive at the event, I'll have that information about your vibrational spectrum there for you. And for 2 days, we'll train on how to turn who you are at soul level into an abundant income stream. Because when you take action, when you work, when you create revenue based on who you truly are, abundance is the inevitable outcome. And what I really love about this event is that you'll also understand who you are not. I find that just as important, because who you are as a human being and who you are as a divine being, they're probably not the same thing, right now anyway. And so your humanity will attract more of who you already are in your human lifetime, unless you understand who you're not. That's how we bring our lives into alignment with our divinity. And I will tell you right now, it's just a choice. Abundance is always available because it's inherent to how we were made by the divine. And we can choose it at any time. We just need to know how. So if you're ready to experience yourself as the divine being that you are and create abundance, then join me June 2nd and 3rd in Scottsdale, Arizona. If you don't know your divinity, this is your opportunity to come back to your true divine nature. So go to moneyandpurposeevent.com, register today, and I hope to see you all in June. This is Andrea Hess. Thank you so much for watching.